2026. To join us on stage,
Good evening, everyone. To our teachers, families, friends, and fellow graduates, thank you all for being here today. It's a great honor to stand before you and speak on behalf of the class of 2026. When I first started writing this speech, I found myself asking a very simple question. How do you summarize 2 years of your life in just a few minutes? How do you capture the lessons, the friendships, the challenges, the successes, and the memories that have made us who we are today? The truth is that you can't. No speech can fully capture everything these past 2 years have meant to us. But as I reflected on my time at ISH, there was one thing that stood out to me above all else: the people. When I think about these past 2 years, I do not begin by thinking about classes, assessments, or exams. I think about the people who made those experiences special. One of my earliest memories of the diploma program is our retreat at the beginning of DP1. At the time, it felt like just another school trip. We took part in activities, spent time together, and got to know the new students a little better. However, looking back now, I realize it represented something much, much more. It was the beginning of a journey that none of us could fully predict. Many of us did not know what challenges we would face, and none of us knew just how quickly these 2 years would pass. Yet somehow, we're here. Looking around this room today, I see people from different cultures, countries, languages, and backgrounds. We have different interests, different ambitions, different plans for the future, but I believe this is what makes ISH special. Despite all of our differences, there has always been a culture of respect within this community. People have been welcoming, people have been supportive, people have been willing to help one another. In many ways, that is a testament to the students that are sitting here today. It's easy to respect people who think like you, look like you, or come from the same background as you. However, it is much, much harder and much more valuable to build a community where people from all over the world can learn, grow, and thrive together. And I think that our class has done that remarkably well. Of course, our experience at ISH has gone far beyond the classroom. Some of the memories I will carry with me the longest came from the moments in between. The retreats, the activity days, the international feast, the conversations between lessons. The moments where nobody was focused on grades, university applications, or what came next, and everyone was simply enjoying being together. Those experiences reminded us that education is much more than academics. It's also about learning from the people around us. And when I think about those experiences, I'm reminded that none of them happened by accident. The opportunities we were given, the support we received, and the environment we learned in were made possible by people who dedicated themselves to helping us succeed. And that is why I would like to take a moment to thank them. To my friends and classmates, thank you for the laughter and fun that you have provided me with over the years. Whether it was the football games during lunchtime breaks or the afternoon walks to Norrhavn Station, I always felt welcomed ever since I arrived at this school. To my teachers, Ms. Charon, Ms. Palima, Mr. Kurt, Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Clement, and Hune, as well as all the other teachers at ISH, thank you so much for your patience, your encouragement, and your willingness to support us even when we made your jobs much more difficult than necessary sometimes. Thank you for challenging us to think critically, work harder, and strive to become better versions of ourselves. You taught us how to persevere, be curious, and disciplined. And those lessons will stay with us long after we leave the school. I would also like to specifically thank Ms. Kano. Throughout the diploma program, she was always incredibly supportive, approachable, and willing to help whichever students needed guidance, especially during our exam sessions. She always made us feel more confident, which really helped with our performance. Her kindness and dedication as a DP coordinator and principal have made a lasting impact on many of us. And I would also like to thank our head of school, Ms. Kolukisa, because it was because of her that I passed the entrance interview to get into ISH in the first place. Ultimately, her support changed the course of my life, and without her, I would not be standing here today. So for that opportunity and for everything she has done to support this community, I'm deeply grateful. I would also like to thank Ms. Peterson for guiding us through the university application process. For me, applying to universities always felt confusing, stressful, and overwhelming. However, she organized many university fairs and helped with recommendation letters, which really made the application process much easier. Also, thank you to all the caretakers, cleaners, and support staff who worked behind the scenes to make the school as nice as it is. Their work often goes unnoticed, yet they contribute tirelessly to maintaining the campus as well as setting up events such as this graduation. And lastly, and most importantly, I would like to thank my family. My parents, who are sitting right there, thank you so much. Thank you for your sacrifices that you have made, the opportunities you've given me, and the unwavering support you have shown throughout my education. I would truly not be where I am today without you. And to my brother, Daria, thank you for your constant willingness to help. Whether it was by providing moral support, explaining difficult concepts in physics, or sharing advice with your own experiences in the IB, you've helped me much more than you know. So please join me in giving all of these people, the teachers and my family of course, please join me in giving all of these people a huge round of applause. So, as important as it is to reflect on the people who helped us get here, graduation is not only about looking back, it's also about looking forward. Soon we will all begin different new chapters of our lives. Some of us will stay in Denmark, others will move abroad. Some will attend university, and others will pursue different opportunities. For many of us, this may be one of the last times we're all gathered together in the same room. And while that is a little sad, it's also quite exciting, because for the first time, many of us are being given the opportunity to define our own paths. Recently, while traveling in Tromsø in Norway, I met a man named Javier. I met him in the hostel where I was staying while we were both eating dinner. During our conversation, he told me about his life. For some time, he had worked in a fish factory in Spain, earning relatively little money. But like many people, he wanted better opportunities and a better income. So he traveled to Norway to explore jobs in the fishing industry there. On paper, moving to Norway would seem like the obvious decision, like you'd get higher pay, better financial prospects, and a more lucrative path forward. But after spending time in Norway and seeing the environment for himself, he realized that it was not the life he wanted. He told me about the culture he observed and the lifestyle he saw around him, and he realized that despite the higher salary, it did not align with the kind of person he wanted to be or the life he wanted to live. So he made a different choice. He returned to Spain. He became a metal worker in his hometown. He chose a path that offered less money but more meaning to him personally. And he began pursuing experiences that he valued, including traveling throughout Asia to meditate and learn from different cultures. What struck me most about Javier was not the choices that he made, but it was the confidence with which he was making them. He understood that success is not something that can be defined by other people. Success is personal. Success means different things to different people. For some, success may mean becoming a doctor, engineer, entrepreneur, or even a researcher. But for others, it may mean traveling the world, helping others, building a family, creating art, or simply having a life that aligns with their values. And none of these definitions are more valid than the others. And I think that's a very important lesson as we leave Ish. Over the coming years, people will tell us what success looks like. They'll tell us which universities are the best, which careers are the most prestigious, which jobs pay the most. But really, we should be asking a different question to ourselves. What kind of life do I want to live? The answer will be different for everyone sitting in this room, and that's exactly how it should be. Life will not always go according to plan. There will be setbacks, there will be disappointments, and there will be moments when things do not unfold the way we hoped they would. But those moments do not define us. What defines us is how we respond to them. Whether we continue moving forward, whether we continue learning, whether we continue growing. 2 years ago, we began a journey without knowing exactly where it would lead. And today we're going to be beginning another one. So the difference is that this time, we leave with experiences, friendships, lessons, and memories that will stay with us for the rest of our lives. So class of 2026, thank you for making these past 2 years absolutely unforgettable. I wish each and every one of you happiness, fulfillment, and the courage to pursue your own definition of success. Congratulations to each one of you, and thank you.